Okay.
Okay.
So, when last we left, you guys were working out what you needed to do.
Well, we were spending some days back in town to heal up.
Going to talk about that. You had to kill the girl. The body was taken outside. I'm not sure what you did with it after that.
We had to leave it because I had to drag 2 other unconscious people back. So it's still in there.
In the room. Okay. So that's there. You waited a night to see what would happen. There were no deaths.
There were no deaths after one night, so we decided that we were going to fully heal as best we could. And during that time, we were going to organise some other stuff.
Right. So where you go with your plan?
So, step 1. The sword and the 2 bracelets. Can our magic user discern if there's anything magic about them?
Yes, he can if he has a detect magic spell.
She.
I do. Yeah, I can. I can reset for today.
Yep, for the extra day. At which point we'd like to know if they're magic, or if I'm going to take them and throw them back in the tomb.
What are you doing, Malefica?
Okay, I would like to use detect magic with the intention of seeing, like, looking at the sword and the bracelets.
Yep.
Well, I lay them out for you.
And should there be anything, like any symbols, anything on them like that? Like, I guess the Lord of the Rings ring. I'd use read magic to see what was written.
Okay, so read magic only reads magic, but that's okay. So first of all, you detect magic, and there's no magic emanating from them.
From either them or the sword? Okay.
Either. Yeah.
So even the bracelet that the girl was wearing has no magic on it?
Nope.
No. Right, okay. This leads to one other thing.
Then you want to cast read magic to see if there's...
No. If I saw symbols...
It was only if it was magic is what he was saying.
There are no symbols drawn on either the bracelets or the sword.
Okay.
They're just a highly stylized sword and a pair of silver arm bands.
So if somebody else wore the bands, would it compromise them?
Well, here's a hint. I'm not letting you wear them.
Would it compromise them?
Would they
corrupt?
Yeah, would they corrupt? Would they be shackled to the intention?
To work that out, you'd have to put them on and find out.
The worst thing I can imagine right now, Malefica, we're not letting you wear them.
But there's no magic on them.
I don't care. If it's possible for her to possess the wearer of these bands, the problem I have is that you have that lovely spell of sleep. We aren't immune to that. We will be put under straight away and murdered.
So outside of D&D world, is there a way to possess people without magic?
Yeah.
There are all sorts of
ways.
ways.
Because they can be cursed. Okay.
Yeah, or they might have psionics, which is a mind control ability.
There's tons and tons of ways.
Okay. Back in game, alright.
But you can see where I'm coming from by saying I'm not letting you put them on.
Secondly, I've prepped some questions to ask you, Steve. Okay, so I don't know what the group's doing, but I'd planned to spend... No, we were going to get the body, eh?
Well, I've got a couple of things that I want to sort of talk over with Augustine and Steve as well and see if we can work out possible ways without, does the town have a graveyard? Is the graveyard been sanctified?
Day 1, casting detect magic, results none. Looking at them, no runes. What else happens on day 1, folks?
Right, so Augustine is definitely going to be taking heals and healing, Malefica and Kelvin up to 8 each, or whatever it was.
6, I think. 6.
Yeah, but they rested for a night, which gives them back 1, and they were on 1, so they should be on 8 each, or I think Malefica's max is 7 anyway. Right, so Malefica at max, Kelvin back at 8, so me and Kelvin are on par in terms of healing. So if we get 2 more heal spells tomorrow, we can probably head back in, unless you want to wait for day 3, where we'll then have full healing plus spells and other things.
Best to be prepared.
Day 1, need to make sure that, like I say, I want to know if the town does have a graveyard, and was the graveyard when it was made sanctified by any church?
Well, the answer is yes, and probably.
Thank God. Okay, well, thank pirate / whatever, cleric they got in.
Yes, they have a graveyard. Probably it was sanctified.
Probably it was sanctified. Well, we hope it was sanctified. Step 2, between me and Augustine, he said that one of the rooms was used to purify.
Had a purifying ritual, yeah.
Ritual, right? Based on what he knows, seen, done, would he know how that ritual would have been performed? What would have gone on?
He'd have to go in and just go over the entire room and just do another check to make sure he's got as much as he can.
So
it's possible.
Again, between me and him, do we think that if we got the bones of Hathor Vash off her throne, put her back through the purifying ritual, but didn't then take her through to her little sarcophagus of runes and whatever she's got set up there, that we might be able to basically either trap her where she is or banish her from anything?
It's a possibility.
It's a possibility. Okay, right. Put that down as a plan.
And
right.
What, sorry?
Salt.
I'm just guessing. I don't know if salt works.
Throw salt over your shoulder.
But if say we put her back in the sarcophagus or wherever, and put a salt barrier around it, would that be? Is that a thing?
Again, in some religions in this game, it might be.
It could be.
Yeah, but I'm not. Let's put it this way: if I'm burying her anywhere, it's not in this tomb.
So
because this tomb is laced with evil.
Just a question, guys. Well, not a question. Just something that might clear up a little bit of what you were just saying. Who amongst you is somewhat of a divine expert?
Augustine. That's why I'm conferring everything with Augustine.
So Malefica. ...
Oh, surely there's got to be some arcane knowledge to ways of dealing with the undead. I mean, it's them that gets the animate dead spell, isn't it?
More about creating or controlling them.
Then I would.
Okay, then.
If you're a necromancer.
What about trapping them?
Again, trapping them would not necessarily be a magic usury thing, would it?
It could be.
And who would want to trap them?
Necromancers.
So again, creating and controlling, not trapping. Yeah. They don't steal undead from other undead people. Right. They tend to create their own because they're much more loyal and control them.
Yeah.
So like I said, I do have a list of questions, but I'll wait for Augustine and I'll wait for Augustine and Orca.
Okay.
Okay, right. At which point, like I say, so plan A was put her back through the purifying ritual, see if we can't re-purify the bones, and instead of putting her back in her own tomb, we drag that bitch out into the sunlight, take her to the
graveyard,
and we bury her in sanctified holy ground, praying that the sanctifying of that is more powerful than any evil magic still left on the bones after re-purifying it. That was probably my best theory. Anything beyond that, I'm sorry, it's up to you guys to think or come up with it. But that was my one. we've also got some skeletons to deal with, but I can smash those.
Okay. Malefica.
Okay. Question. Outside of D&D, does meditation have any impact on, like, if I meditate over questions, does it make a difference?
Depends on how the gaming world is set up.
Okay. Okay. So my plan was to meditate and think of. So the questions I have for you, Steve, there's a few of them.
Go for it.
From much as I can recall from my arcane knowledge regarding the symbols, were the symbols written wrong, or in the wrong order, or were they incorrect altogether?
As you're not an expert, those questions would be very hard for you to answer, but as you've drawn them as best you can, you would probably want to take those somewhere to someone who has a lot stronger knowledge in those things.
Alright. Do I know the origin of the symbols?
Not really, no. These are symbols that are thousands of years old.
Okay.
It's only through some very faint, distant learning that you remembered anything about them. That's why you don't have much useful knowledge.
Is there a ritual that I could perform to send back the spirit to where I guess the spirits go?
Again, is that an arcane influence or divine?
Yeah, okay. What else? I'm still learning so goddamn much about this game. Yeah. I guess my intention for myself currently is what can I do to benefit my group? Like as an arcane person. So obviously in battle, I'm in combat at the moment, I'm not a big help.
Really?
So well, with skeletons and stuff, I can hit them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You did manage to.
What are your main opponents at the moment? Skeletons and stuff.
Skeletons,
and you're at least using a staff, which is a blunt weapon capable of smashing them.
Okay, I know that.
And as long as you're swinging and bopping over the top of the dwarf who's tanking.
Okay, that's cool. Is the
Yeah, you don't want to be trying to cut bone. It doesn't cut well.
So no, I can feel a question like divine is so creation and living and stuff. That's the divine.
That's also divine, and creation is also arcane. It just depends on how you apply it.
Actually, can I tell how long these bones and stuff have... Is it possible to tell how long the bones and stuff have been there? Like, I know the spell has been there for like 1,000 years and so, but does that mean the bones have?
Interesting question. How might you find out the answer?
Can I don't know, carbon dating? No.
I create the spell carbon dating.
Is it possible to investigate... Or I don't know. Do I know anything about decomposition?
How much dust was layered on it?
Actually, that's a really good point.
But remember, if it's sealed, how much dust is going to be layered?
Yeah, exactly. Only what was in the room and not disturbed.
I guess, so myself as Malefica, I guess I would want to go back because I'm quite curious now. Even though the opportunity is there that I'll eventually get to, I think I want to do a little bit more investigating.
What was on this? We didn't even look at this.
Yeah, maybe it's your character. You drive whatever she wants to do.
Well, like I say, I'm at the point where it's basically, I think we've got two, our plan. Whether or not we're going to be able to pull it off. The other one is I do want to get the girl's body out so that we can at least bury that properly.
Okay, but I agree with that, but I would like salt used as well. Don't know if it's a thing, but I want to make it a thing. So when she's buried, I want to make sure that she's buried with like a salt ring around her.
Like I did tell you, the realm of that is arcane or divine.
That would be divine.
So where would you go to find out stuff like that?
Oh, Augustine.
You'd have to go to Augustine.
I'll just like make a roll to see if I know that, or
this is the thing, guys. You've got resources.
Yeah.
Don't think you've got to come up with the whole solution yourself. You've got why you've got a group
I
built
go
around
to
all these
Augustine
things.
and I ask him, If we use salt, for example, would that protect us from this girl coming back out of her grave? Does salt have any use with the undead?
Rightio. So Augustine, you don't even need to really roll. You can answer that straight away. Salt is typically used with zombies, in association with zombies, because in a circle of protection, salt is part of the requirement to make the circle around you.
Okay.
Salt, as far as you know, Augustine, has nothing to do, unless it's a huge, like 5 foot wide block of salt, would have no effect on skeletons apart from crushing them.
Okay, then I ask Augustine, okay, is there anything such as fire, maybe? So what would happen if we burnt the bones of the girl and the other person?
They'd burn, wouldn't they? I don't.
Yeah.
He doesn't know the answer to that one. He'd probably expect that they'd burn, but of course, a dead body, a freshly dead body, requires a pretty damn big pyre because of the amount of water in it.
Yeah. How about what are the burial rites of Augustine's gods?
Probably it'd be either burial or cremation. I'm just thinking. Cremation.
Okay, so if we cremated the body of the girl,
well,
would that be the best? Would that? I'm asking Augustine.
Yeah.
Would that be the best outcome for her and her family?
I'd say it would appease my gods.
Yeah. Okay. Whether it would appease the family, it's not.
Would that then put a stop? Oh no, the murders haven't. The murders have stopped.
The murders have stopped.
Yeah.
So my issue is I've got a few things. All right. One is that the girl was possessed, at which point all we've done is kill the physical body and we've left the spirit behind that's likely to possess.
Okay, so my next question, for Augustine, is if we burnt the bracelets with...
I don't know what the bracelets were doing though.
Yeah, the bracelets might be a conduit that lets...
Yeah, but if we burnt the conduit,
yeah,
will that make a difference to what is to her or is this a question for me?
Who knows? I'm tempted to basically
in general,
with these.
Give me a roll, Augustine.
A 20?
Wisdom. Yeah. Yep, wisdom.
Like, to put it mildly, Malefica, with the fact that they're non-magical.
No idea.
They're, we might, like, if we're going to take Hathorvash's bones, drag them out and scrag them and throw them into a proper sanctified tomb or into a sanctified grave, I'm going to bury that sword and those 2 bracelets with her. She can keep her goddamn treasures.
Yeah, but that's what I'm concerned about, is the burying and stuff. What does Augustine know about curses?
Hang on.
They work? Augustine, what do you know about curses?
His computer's just going nuts.
Or how do we dispose of items that are believed to be cursed?
Well, if you're talking about rule sets within the game, usually there's a spell that's called Remove Curse or Lay on Curse. If you're talking about witches cursing, it's slightly different. Usually a Bless or a Purify spell works just as well. If you're a powerful cleric, a high-level cleric, you have sufficient energy to overcome mild curses.
Okay, what if we took the bracelets to the church?
Well, the problem is there is no church in this town.
Oh, fuck, that's right.
That answers my question.
So that's why we're wondering if the graveyard was there. Yes, they have a graveyard, and was it originally sanctified? And one would hope that they got a priest over from somewhere to do it.
What have you got in your possession, group?
I have a holy symbol. Can I bless water at all? No, I can't.
Yes, you can. You can try to bless them, as long as they are happy for you to do it. It's not necessarily a mechanical spell that you're using. An effect that your class has.
Yeah, we could go through and we could bless their graveyard in the name of
your god's name.
But they have to be happy for it to happen.
but first we need to ask them if they're happy for that, and 2, we don't really want to be overriding some other god's graveyard. So if someone in town knew when the graveyard was made, if it was blessed into what god, we might be also able to just forego that.
Augustine, how do you feel Yardia would feel if you blessed the graveyard?
She'd love it.
Well, it's more souls for Yardia if the realm want it.
To the best of your knowledge, are there any, I don't know, competing or territory gods, whatever, that would have an issue with this?
Only the one if it was originally blessed to.
Yeah, we'd have to ask the townsfolk.
Yeah,
okay.
So we'll ask the town elder.
How about this? Augustine, you sit up and you speak to the townsfolk about their gods and stuff and how their burial rites work. I'm going to sit back and pretend I know what I'm doing, but I don't.
Is that the plan, team?
Well, like I say, we find out if, like, from the town elder, if it was blessed, in the name of a god. If not, we ask whether or not they'd be happy if we can re-bless it in the name of Yardia. Otherwise, we get ready to move out on day 3, and like I say, I'm still of my plan that we basically grab the bones, grab the girl's body, destroy the skeletons, grab the bones, grab the girl's body, re-purify the bones, drag them out into the sunlight, and
Okay, so we do graveyard first.
We graveyard first.
We go get the bones.
Out, and if we can't find out if it's purified, we ask them if we can get it re-purified.
Yep. Get the bones, drag them out, or the
drag
body.
them. Well, and like I say, put them through that purifying font again, and see if Augustine can figure out what the purifying ritual was. Because I figure re-purifying her body or her bones might screw it.
How are we going to tell the family? Because we haven't spoken to them yet.
Oh, honestly, we are going to say that we found the girl. Unfortunately, she was demon possessed, undead possessed.
I don't think we tell them.
Save her.
I don't think we tell them
and
about.
We give them a proper burial. Look, listen.
They have a right to know.
They have a right.
Hold on. They do, right?
Yeah.
But we could save them a lot of hurt if they think it was an accident.
Okay. There's one small problem with that. Are we going to show them the body?
They might want to see it.
Because it's got numerous bruise and club marks, a couple of hand axe points.
We don't. Okay. Do we have to show them the body?
If they want to see it, I'm happy to let them. I would say our best option is we just say we had to kill her because we couldn't, unpossess her, whatever.
But thinking of our reputation.
Yeah. Right? Remember that we came here to solve this problem.
Yeah, but thinking
we didn't come to save a girl.
They could say they beat and clubbed my daughter till she was dead and skip the demon possessed part.
Yeah, they could say that, but then we also solved their town having people murdered every night.
Yeah, but the murders stopped and we didn't leave.
The other thing, of course, is that the town is offering us pretty much nothing in terms of payment for this. So...
Okay, I'm asking for a group vote. A group vote on if we lie to the parents and say that she was... I don't know... We found her buried alive, which could explain the bruising and stuff, or if we tell the parents that she was possessed by a demon and we killed her.
I say we come clean on it.
I say we lie to save the parents.
I have to come clean because we have to.
You have to. You're a cleric. What about you, Calden?
Oh, I don't want to tell them, but I feel like they're gonna figure it out. Like our kid's now dead, and all of a sudden it's all over. Like, are they gonna work it out?
Like I say, it's all going to hinge on the fact that are they going to want to see the body?
Yeah.
They're going to want the body buried properly, so we're going to have to dig it out and bring it back. So my money says we come clean on it because we're not being offered payment really in the form of anything much. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about what the reputation does to the group. What if we could get both worlds? What if we could show... How about this? Okay, I have a second idea. We show the family the body, right? And we tell the family that there were skeletons in the crypt, which there was. And we found her in, like she'd been trying to defend herself. And unfortunately, they had dragged her through the crypt and attacked her so that she wouldn't tell anyone anything. That way, we show the body and we remove the blame from ourselves. The cleric doesn't have to say anything.
But if they ask the cleric, is that what happened? Guess what?
The cleric can be away. We can do this during the graveyard. The cleric can go to the graveyard with, say, Calden or one of us and do the blessing, and then two of us go and speak to the parents.
There's only one problem with that, Malefica. You've already told him that that's what you want to do.
Who? Oh, the cleric.
Augustine already knows that that's what you want to do.
The cleric now knows the plan.
Yeah,
So,
but...
Yeah. Honestly, Dean, the best way on this one is we come clean. Like, in all honesty, she was, possessed. We could not they can see the state that you and or they could see the state that you and Kelvin came back in as we sort of came back to town.
Half dead.
And that was pretty much, on death's door sort of material.
More adventurers.
And that was done by the possessed girl. So
I'm not going. I can't do it. I can't stand in front of parents and say that we killed her daughter. I can't do it.
That's
I'll
fine.
do it.
Like, exactly. We let the cleric do that. That's his role.
Okay.
The other one is
that death messages to everyone we kill.
It's still the best option in terms of things, because whilst we disappoint the parents, we've been honest with the whole town. We've saved a lot of people from being murdered in the night.
Okay.
The other one I think that this town needs to do after we finally are done with all of this is they need to do something about people coming to rob the grave. So we are going to seal it up.
Can I tell the parents? I won't lie, and I'll tell them with the cleric there. But I want to do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. So either way, that's all day one. We're getting this out of the way. So are we agreed that the overriding plan, in an attempt to basically deal to the spirit of this being, our option is... Oh, and by the way, that was the other thing, is I want to know if you can actually see the spirit when we get back in there. Because previously it would have been inhabiting the girl's body, but you can see onto other planes, can't you?
But I already asked, and...
and
he said
she was
there's nothing on... He said there is... Actually, no, I haven't seen it.
She was possessing the physical body. Exactly.
Yeah, good point. Okay.
All
right.
If she was possessing the physical body, she wasn't on the astral plane at that point.
You and I, cleric, we're going to go and see the parents.
No, you're going to go first and figure out whether or not the graveyard and things. We want to come back with the body and then show the parent, or give it to the parents. We want something to give them the closure too, not just tell them, oh, by the way, we butchered her and left her in a crypt.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Let's go get her. Do we want to?
No, we have to go see the townsfolk. That's what we're doing.
You want to go see the elder about finding out whether or not they know if the graveyard was blessed in the name of any particular god. If it wasn't, would they be fine with it being, or would the township be fine with it being blessed in Yadia's name?
Yeah, and I'm going to go and find a quiet space to think about what I'm about to do.
And the biggest question they may ask Augustine is, would this cost them anything? The answer is no, we're doing this out of the goodness of our heart.
Are we?
Yeah.
Well, given that we're already doing this pretty much out of the goodness of our heart.
We killed their daughter, I agree with that. So I go off, I recite my 12 lines.
Mm-hmm.
because I guess it's a little bit like my mantra now.
Okay.
And I just sit under a tree and contemplate what we've done.
Okay. Cool.
Is anyone going to come with me to the elder?
And I cry. Okay, I'm
Right,
crying.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
you're missing your muffin.
Not even Muffin couldn't. No,
Okay.
we killed a child, and I'm learning to deal with it.
Okay.
The child killed you first.
Yeah, true.
Not the point. I'm in a fucking. I don't. Excuse me. Excuse my language. I don't know how old I am, but I'm an elf and I live a very long
do you want to
time.
know the real stupid thing?
What?
If she was possessed and alive, you know what might have actually worked on her?
What?
Sleep.
Well, I would have tried that if the bitch didn't try to chop my head off first.
Chopped your head off first shot. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, I see. I did. Anyway, I go off.
Yep. Okay.
Right,
Augustine,
right.
Yes.
where you go?
Talk to your town elder, my good man.
Oh yeah.
So I head off to the town elder.
Mhm.
Is anyone coming with me?
I guess I'll go.
Yay. So we head off.
Right.
Well, it won't be a very long trip because as
No.
far as I know, we've been staying at his house.
Oh, really?
I was about to say, this village is so small it doesn't even have an inn. Isn't that right?
That's it.
Yeah.
So we find him, and I ask him about the cemetery, whether it's blessed, how long ago, who it's to.
Well, he's like several generations after the town was brought into existence, and he's only
There was
over
no
assumed that it's been
records
blessed.
kept, yeah. Okay.
We've had the odd passing cleric who's been able to bless the individual graves when they come past for a room and board sort of thing, but yeah.
So obviously we explained that we are looking to, to ensure that the tomb is, properly cleared and sanctified of the various sort of bones and things like that in there, and to make sure that we have indeed put a stop to it, but we want to sort of re-sanctify the graveyard in the event that other things start crawling out in the name of our particular cleric.
That shocks him a little bit, and he says, well, what do you need to do?
Well, we're looking to basically sanctify the graveyard in the name of our cleric's
yeah.
He doesn't care who sanctifies, as long as it's sanctified and none of the dead will rise.
Yep.
Sounds good. Easy.
Right.
So do we all need to get the body first, or do we tell the parents?
No, we'll get the body first. So, day 1, we've done all this. Day 2, you're going to heal us. Day 3, you're going to get your spells back. Day 2, do we need any spells to do it? No. It's just going to be a small ritual of some sort. Is it, Steve?
Which one are you talking about?
For sanctifying the graveyard.
He can go do that whenever.
Okay, right. So, yeah, day 2.
Well, day 2 I'll do that, yeah.
He can go do that. We'll go
I'm
buy
sure the whole
any
day doing the
provisions
whole
he
day.
needs for it. So if he needs to salt ground, if he needs to, wreath flowers, if he needs to, I don't know, throw dice around.
There's
Trickster, your luck, God, whatever.
Play a card trick and
buy
each
cards, whatever. When we get back, and then on day 3, after he's memorized his spells in the morning, we'll get the group together and we'll head back out to there.
So spells, casters, please. What spells are you memorizing for the day?
We are only going to get the body, which is on the inside or outside?
We're going to go get
the body,
the
which
girl's
was
body.
located all the way up here somewhere.
Nah, we did drag the girl's body out into this hallway, and that's where we left it. Right, the corpse for Hathorvash that's in the throne is still here, and we're also going to, like I say, grab that, and we're going to drag that back into here, and like I say, there was a tub in this section here, wasn't there? Yeah, and we're going to basically re-purify, if the cleric can figure out how the purification ritual would have gone.
Yep.
Re-purify the bones and then drag those out.
Hi.
Cleric, do you know how to purify the bones?
Well, we're going to have to figure that out when we get to this.
Yeah, well, I'll have to take a look at the ritual.
based on what these statues were, this brazier was, and what it may have contained, would be my guess. The other one is that what was I thinking? And I'm going to offer a prayer to the tree that's taken on all the evil magic outside. It was a yew tree, was it?
Yep.
I feel like we're doing this wrong.
You won't know until you try.
We might be doing it semi in the wrong order, but you know.
No. As in, I agree with the body and stuff, but I don't agree with purifying it in the chamber.
Why? If it was originally purified, come through, past all these runes and spells and things like that, and then chucked into its throne.
Yeah, but we made it past all the runes and stuff, and the only thing we did was dodge.
Yeah, the purification is more probably so that she was ready to move to the.
Okay, I asked the cleric, Augustine, if we took the body from where it is and we dragged it out, could you purify her body outside of the chamber?
Could I do that without the holy water, Steve?
You can always give it a try.
Is there holy water in there?
No,
there's a blessed font of some sort here.
Yeah, but we don't know what okay, so based on the fact we don't actually know what the water is, if it is holy water or not.
Well, let's just look at what the gods in the room are.
Okay, but a backup plan is, say it's not what we want, can you purify her outside of the chamber?
I believe that's what they're doing when they're trying to put her bones in the graveyard.
Yeah, exactly.
Put her into purified land.
We're putting her into purified land afterward, but like I say, I want to purify the body first as well, or the bones first as well, and then drag it out. Leave any malignant taint in this bloody tomb.
Is there any benefit to purification twice?
Don't know.
Well, it depends. She was probably purified, then cast all of her gnarly spells that made her into what she is, and things like that. So if we re-purify the bones, she may not be able to either repossess them, she may be banished from them, who knows.
Okay, I asked the cleric, okay, does us purifying her there or purifying her outside, does it make a difference?
It very well might do, depending on what the room does. I have to know what
that's why we need to examine this room first.
Okay, so let's. Okay, then I guess we examine the room.
And there's nowhere where I could buy a significant amount of oil, is there, Steve?
You probably could get 2 flasks of oil out of the...
2 flasks plus my other 2 because we've been using one. Right, any of the group members got it?
I don't, sorry.
No oil?
I'll check.
Well, the cleric doesn't need it because he's got his little continual light.
Yeah, well he doesn't now.
No, I got garlic.
Yeah, garlic's not going to be explosive, bro.
Depends on which end it comes out of.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Other stuff, go to the room.
Okay, right, so 4 flasks of oil is going to have to do it. Right, so we we enter back into the tomb.
Your marching order.
Oh, by the way, Malefica, you're not holding on to those silver rings. Who can we give them to? Who's most likely to be downable? We don't want possibly. Yeah, it'll have to be me. I'm going to be the one holding on to all the stolen goods from the tomb at this point.
The spells I prep 1 sleep.
Yep.
And 1 read magic.
Detect magic should be a stretch. No. So.
Yes and no. Like, so I'm picking between detect or read. So for all I know, the cleric could do something and these symbols comes up and they can't read it.
Right. Okay. Very cool.
Yep.
Okay.
Worst comes to worst, I will use I'll use a hit point.
Yep. And cleric.
Can I get bandages in town?
You should be able to get at least one bunch.
Okay, can I please get 1 bunch of bandages just because if I do have to use a hit point, I'll just bandage up after.
Can I also get bandages?
So hang on a second. Bandaging will not replace the spell usage hit points.
Oh.
They have to be healed normally, naturally. That's the whole point of the sacrifice of the hit point.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take the risk.
It's not an open wound.
Yeah,
you're
draining your actual energy and you've got
life force.
Yeah.
Well, so I've learned a lot tonight about D&D.
Well, no. This world's version of D&D, matey.
Yeah, this
Every
world.
world's going to be different.
Right.
Yeah.
So we will re-enter the Doom.
And yes, Calvin, I heard you. Yes, you can. So marching order. So Orca in the front. Who's next? Who's next? Who's next?
I can be there.
Let's put the dwarf in next as we enter, at least.
I go behind the dwarf. Obviously, it's easier for
That
me to
way,
attack.
I'm at least worried that those skeletons might be waiting for us here. Was the issue?
Also, the spells I'm taking is Cure Light Wounds and Purify Food and Drink.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
What? Okay.
Just in
If
case
it's
the purify
drink, you can purify
does something.
water.
Drink you purify
Yes.
water. Yep. Good idea.
That's the plan.
Yep. Okay.
Good.
So if you want to move your figurine,
Right.
Augustine.
Where's my mouse?
Augustine, and then bring Malefica up at the back.
Oh, I thought Malefica was there.
I'm behind the dwarf.
Well, just move yourself in behind the dwarf. That's all cool.
Where am I?
Right.
At the bottom.
Down the bottom. Okay, right. So we'll move everyone in.
Yep.
And
Righto. So
Once
there's
we're-
nothing apart from the destroyed bones on the floor.
on the floor. Okay.
Yep. Apart from that, there's nothing else that looks like it's changed.
As we enter the chambers and stuff,
Mhm.
I look up. So I tell the group to be cautious.
Yep.
And I look up and around to see if there are any differences to before.
So
Okay, I
last time you didn't look
relight-
up, so you don't know what was up. But what you can see is basically a ceiling, but lots of roots, and as you expect, would have grown through little cracks and things like that, and they hang from the roof. Not any great deal length or anything, but like 6 inches to a foot sort of thing. But that's about it.
Okay.
Right. So when we enter here, I'm going to relight the lantern. But when we enter here, I'm going to stand guard at this entryway and let the cleric do his search of the place. I'm going to ask Calvin to stand with me and.
So I ask that Cowden stands here.
Well, hang on. Where can we stand?
How do you ping?
Get
How do you
the
do
whole
these
room?
ping things?
Hold your
down
left
there.
mouse button on it.
Ah,
That's right, Ding. Okay. I ask that Calvin stands here.
And you
Yep.
look.
Well,
I'm
he can
the
stand here.
green. Yeah, in that area.
There's three shades of green. So how you can change your color is you hit the color that's in next to your name and you choose something different, because 3 shades of green are very close.
Oh yeah. Okay, I got
Right,
this.
So
I'm going to be bright blue.
Cool.
Okay.
There you go.
I ask that
I'm
Cowden
taking
is
mine.
here. Oh no.
Yeah.
Right, Cowden stands here.
he just needs to stand so he blocks the
Yeah.
entry. He doesn't need to be in.
And
the
I
corridor.
go with Augustine.
Mm-hmm.
To see if he can't do something, I obviously would hope that I can.
Can you discern what would have been in that brazier? Would it have been wood? Would it have been some
Probably
oil? Would it have
not.
been incense? Would it have been anything like?
Nah.
Did it leave a residue? Did it leave?
Well, he can try, but you know.
Yeah.
Sorry, Steve. What did you tell me was written on the braziers?
It's a funky design.
No, it's really weird, sort of etched.
It's not a language. It's a design or something, isn't it?
Sort
That's
of
right.
animals.
Did the animals? If I looked at all the braziers, would they be
Brazier, there's
telling
only
a
one.
story?
There's
Sorry.
only one. The others are all statues.
Yeah.
And there's no symbols like that on this, or pictures on the statues?
No, on the statues. Well, the statues are presumed. I think the clerics decided that they're probably gods.
Yeah.
But he's going to have another look to see if he can work
This,
out what they are.
the symbols on the brazier, are they
Yeah.
telling a story or anything like that? Like,
You could make up a story.
oh god.
It could be a
Okay.
story, but you have no idea. I mean, where does
And
it
it's
start? Where does it
probably in a
finish?
story
What's it
so
about?
old that you wouldn't know it. Lost to the sands of time.
You can sort of. The only thing I'll tell you is that you can sort of get a general gist of the animals. So there's no odd, weird-looking creature that I don't have any idea what that could be. You can
The
say, well, that's probably a
circle of
wolf, and that's
life.
probably a horse, and that's probably a XYZ. You can definitely identify the basic types, but as to their significance, I guess only the maker will know, and the person who wanted it made.
Alright.
And what was the ewer made out of, Steve?
The ewer was made out of iron.
Okay. Cheap. I do love the fact that
sorry,
it's
no,
iron, though.
not iron. Sorry, pewter.
Pewter. Okay, so primarily lead.
Yeah, which means it doesn't rust that much.
Yeah. Okay.
So, Augustine.
Yes.
You wanted to find out a bit more about the statuary, is that correct?
Statue, bro.
The room in general, really. Is there anything on the hub that was in that?
Well, give me 3 rolls versus your wisdom, please.
D20s then.
Yep, and you need little numbers.
Oh, that's
13, 1, and 2. So.
Oh, that's okay. 13, 1, and 2. That's all cool.
And what was your wisdom?
15.
15. So
15.
all 3 are below.
Okay. Well, what you find, you believe you might understand the purification process. If you could work out what was in the brazier, but what you can sort of roughly work out, really delving the depth of all your training. Sorry, just let me get to this. Where are we? That's really cool. Ah, that's because it's in the wrong place. How's that? So these, you believe, were their pantheon was labelled under the Lords of the Lords. So the 4 that you feel that you are looking at is the Lord of Fate, the Lords of Life and Death, which is a two-faced Lord, the Lord of Silence, and the two-faced Lord, all primal unaffiliated powers.
So neither good nor evil.
Their appearance and symbolism is strange, and they definitely, like, if you know from archaeology digs the famous female figurine that came out of the Neolithic period, that was part of their culture, female worshipping culture thing. It's like that. It's like really weird, sort of. It's not like you'd expect, like perhaps a classical Greek or what you're used to. But that's what you think you're seeing. You believe that you have to fill the ewer with the water from the font. That you're probably going to have to find some way to purify or holy the water up.
Thought of that.
You think that the water, so you fill the bath up first with the ewer, and then you hold the water in the ewer. You have to then somehow heat the water. And I'm going to ask Malefica to give me an intelligence check, please, on a d20.
Under.
Right, so you think probably the brazier was probably fired or fueled with something like coal, and there's definitely a greasy sort of residue, so probably some sort of precious oils, and sort of your best guess, and it's only your best guess, would be, because there's some animals that are quite strong on the brazier, probably things from their like musk glands or something like that is probably what you're thinking.
Okay, so we're not going to get the brazier, oils that easy.
You're not sure how important the brazier would be in the process, but perhaps it was used to induce somebody into a trance or something, which is totally useless against the skeleton.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
totally
so just to clarify, the thing that they are the Lords of Fate, Life and Death, Silence, Two-Faced Lord, Primal Powers, famous female figurine. You fill the ewer with water.
No. The figurine was just to explain.
Was
like,
a real life explanation.
It's really a really abstract, simple depiction of a female. So these are what the statues look like. They are.
Okay. You fill the ewer with water from the font. You need to purify that water. Fill the bath with it. Heat the water, and the braziers probably most likely fueled with coal, and we can feel a precious oil. Viscous as musk glands.
Well,
probably some sort of glands, scent glands from the animals.
Yeah. which is probably trance-inducing, which, as we've just thought of, is not going to work on a skeleton if we do it anyway.
Yeah, so if it's trance-inducing, it won't do anything.
Well, exactly. But we can still re-purify the body in the bath. So the purify food and drink, we can at least purify water with it.
Mm-hmm.
So let's move the water into the bath, purify it there.
Can we heat the water?
That's going to be the next hard part.
Yeah, that's going to be the hardest part without going and, finding a way to drag logs in here.
You've got oil.
Yeah, I've got oil, but that's not going to be enough to heat an entire tub of water.
You don't have to tell
does it have to be an entire tub? Are you trying to cover a body or some bones?
Oh, I'm trying to cover the bones, aren't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's put enough in there that we think we could submerge, her.
Do we have to do it in here?
Is it a copper ton?
Yes.
So it carries heat fairly well. Okay. Yeah.
Why do we have to do it in here? Oh Lord, I regret this.
Why don't we just a couple of lanterns under it if it,
Exactly. We'll just use a small oil fire with maybe some quick wood from outside.
Mm-hmm.
So I might be missing something. Is it important that it's done in this room?
No, probably. Well, under the eyes of the gods that she worshipped might be an interesting thing, but I would say the thing is that where else are we going to find a giant copper tub that we can do this with, and the font that the water is taken from?
The font is easy. We can always carry. I just don't feel good about this.
So, Kelvin, are you going out to collect some wood?
I can, again.
Yeah.
I'm asking you, are you?
At which point I'm going to stand here.
Okay.
Because that way I know that Kelvin's only going one direction, which is out and in.
Hold on.
And I've got this covered and this covered.
What if we all went out?
I can cover that one.
Oh.
I wandered out.
Yep. Okay. So, what's your strength again, Kelvin?
15.
15.
You're gonna have enough wood with one trip. You're gonna put it in your backpack and all sorts of. You're gonna be carrying in a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I wander back now?
Yeah.
Okay. Wandering back.
Right. So get back. Now. Let's. So we don't have to worry about going out or finding another way out to bring in enough wood. Right. So. Let's go get our corpse.
Hold on. I want to. Okay, just quickly. I don't want to do this in the room. I briefly run.
Which room are you talking about, matey?
Me. Okay.
You're out in the corridor.
Yeah, I know. I'm briefly running out here to the front before we do this whole thing.
Okay, first of all, you can't run through that little entrance. You have to crawl.
It's a crawl. It's a crawl.
Because I'm feeling a little uncomfortable. This could go wrong. I'm not sure. So I'm saying my 12 mantra lines before I do this.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, I'm good to go.
Okay.
Are you good? Okay, right. So we know that there are at least 3 skeletons still in here, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to get to the door. Oh god, apparently I can't move. Right, everybody following. And we're going. Sorry, and I apologize. And I am going around those goddamn runes.
Okay, we've got 4 flasks of oil, eh?
3.
Yes.
Okay.
3, because you've got 1 for your fire.
How quickly can we get in and get the bones and get out?
Well, we've got to deal with the 3 skeletons that are in here.
You may do the ritual.
Yeah, but say the skeletons are back in their coffins, for example, right?
Well,
what we could do,
we can run and grab it and leave again, but they might follow because we've grabbed her corpse.
Yeah, I know this. I'm getting there. What if we ran in and scooped at the bones as quick as we could, and as we went out, someone placed a line of oil and lit it on fire?
Bones aren't going to burn that fast.
No, can I finish?
Yeah.
Right, because I look at the cleric and I say, "Are skeletons afraid of fire?"
No.
Okay, well that doesn't work then. How do we bring oil in the first place?
We brought the oil to basically blow up this entryway.
Because my plan was, if they were afraid of oil, we get the bones, scoop it, run, and someone throws like a line of oil, and we set it on fire so they don't cross it. Okay.
Yeah, no.
In my head, it was a really good idea.
Yeah, it would be great if it was holy fire.
Flesh creatures.
Yeah, it would be great if it was holy fire. At which point, yes, they would definitely burn real good.
I'm putting that in my notes. So flesh creatures
probably hate fire because it burns.
Cool.
Yep. Right. Right. So we get to here. Is the girl's body still here?
No.
Oh God.
Shit. So she's still alive, probably.
Okay, hold on. I stand where I'm standing, and obviously with my robe, I look and see. Can I see footprints that would fit her description?
Not really. And your other ability isn't working because it's been more than 24 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, you do have to remember, I did a considerable amount of subdual damage to her, so she could very well still be alive.
And you don't have a sword, so obviously.
I approach the sarcophagus.
Oh God.
Hey, this one.
Yep.
Oh,
obviously, I'm not stepping on anything or anything.
Let's put it this way. I'd be worried. I'd say this is.
As I approach.
I stand back.
Are there any footprints around it that have entered it within the last 24 hours or come out?
Nothing that you can detect by your robe. The only thing you can detect is Orca, and you already know he's been there. Yeah.
Clubfoot.
Oh, you missed this, Dean. Before you arrived tonight, me and Augustine were talking about it. I reckon this is a fake. Because we know that her body is here. So I reckon this is. I reckon this to me reeks of trap.
So Augustine, I asked Augustine. I'm assuming this is divine and stuff. Is this a real tomb thing?
It appears real, I imagine, because they would want it to look as good as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Can I tell? No, I can't.
It looks like a real sarcophagus tomb to you.
What if I could figure out if it wasn't?
How would you do that?
Detect magic.
No, you already stood in this room and detected for magic. You found nothing.
That's true.
I mean, the only thing that I would have wanted is if we had Muffin here, I would around it. Because, like I say, to me, this reeks of trap. Now that I know that her body is here.
Okay, so she's gone, right? And I ain't entering that room.
Yeah, well, like I say, my problem is the fact that I did some subdual, so she could be there. The thing is exactly, does she have some kind of rapid healing, or B, is she now undead herself? If she's still banged up, we could actually get in there and knock her out this time and save her.
Yeah, but how does subdual damage work, Steve?
1/4 of it is real.
Yeah, I know that, but like, would she have recovered enough to do what he is?
If she's still alive, she's only regained 3 hit points. Unless there's some kind of healing spells.
Or she's undead.
Does Mike get awakened though?
Pardon?
A couple.
I think I hit her a couple of times.
You hit her a couple of times, but I was doing primarily subdual damage, meaning that if I got to her into negatives, most of the damage that I dealt was subdual, so she was knocked out, not dead.
Oh, right, I see. Sorry.
Okay, so new vote, we blow up the place and we leave.
No, I'm voting we finish this. We're here, let's do it.
Well, the doors are closed, are you opening them?
I'm waiting for the 2 others to get up on behind me so that I can open them with reliability that I'm not going to be the only one standing here. Right, Calvin, you're with me. Augustine, prep that holy symbol. Okay.
Just a quick prayer.
Open the door.
Before we enter, can I see anything on the astral plane?
Around you, no.
Stand here and look past me.
Alright, dwarf, get in front of me.
Well, me and the dwarf have pretty much got the doorway covered at this point. I'm going left, you're going to go right, dwarf, and we're going to hold this entryway. Right, so we opened the door.
Okay.
And step inside.
I'm weary.
You can be weary. You open the door and
Die.
the skeleton that was on the throne is not there. Neither were the 3 animated skeletons. Neither is the body of the young female. Is that a noise behind you in that room where you are, Malefica?
Oh, sorry, I'm rolling a smoke. I haven't moved my body yet.
Is that a sound? Is that a sound coming down from that blackened end of the passageway that you haven't looked down yet?
Oh god.
Oh god, quick, tell us that if you think it is.
Okay, obviously because I'm weary, right?
Mm.
Actually, right, because I'm weary, I'm more likely to be aware of what is happening around me.
Mm.
Do I hear anything coming from the hallway?
Even if you
No,
don't,
not really. It's just your imagination.
Sorry, what's that, Steve?
No, not really. It was just your imagination. It built a little bit of atmosphere, didn't it?
Oh my god! See, and I'm even choosing my words
Okay,
properly.
right. So the throne's still there, but the bones are gone.
Right? Has anything moved? And
Hang on, now. Nothing. Yeah, you can do within the last 24 hours. What I don't want is anybody else getting too much further in before I get a look in at
I'm
what's
asking,
moved around.
has anything walked through this passageway within the last 24 hours?
No. Sorry. 3 beings, and they're all in front of you at the moment.
Yep. Right, I'm going to scan the area around the throne.
Make your 1d6.
And see, yeah.
So I'll be right back.
Yep.
Dear God. Nope. Fuck. I track like a retard.
It's just hard at this level, that's all.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So these are open, weren't they?
They had been. Well, no, they were buyers, so the skeletons laid on top of them.
Oh, okay. And they're gone.
Yeah.
Frick. Okay.
We wasted too much time.
Possibly.
Yeah. Alright, well, we'll have a quick check and see what's down here, if everybody wants to follow.
Where is here?
Down the passageway here further.
I'll follow.
Okay.
Dwarf and Malefica.
I'm turning around, I'm coming.
You don't need to ride my ass that much.
Move!
Okay!
Yeah, okay, if you really want to get that far in front of me.
Rightio, so down this way, number that.
Okay.
So this is the wall of the long, narrow passage decorated with elaborate bone flowers, each a skull with bones radiating out from it to form intricate and beautiful with macabre patterns. There was at least a funeral silence here. There were a set of oak iron-banded double doors opening to the north, which you've gone
seen
through.
them.
And you can see a shadowy alcove.
Oh, very similar to the shadowy alcoves near the other.
Yep.
Possibly, but are you going to get closer?
Okay, keeping my eyes out to make sure that there aren't any traps on the ground. Yeah, I'm going to move over here a little bit and see what we spy. Malefica, you may want to move out and follow us, or else.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just quickly looking for something.
You see a second shadowy alcove.
Okay, yep, so...
There are buyers there, you can sort of start seeing, but nothing on them.
Okay, and... let's proceed further down. You're gonna be real looking. What do we got?
Again, 2 more. One of those things there. Again, nothing on them.
The skeleton's taken the army and he's holed up deep.
I was about to say she's pissed off with a fucking army if that's the case. Keep going down until we can't see anything more. How many more of these things are there? But again, always checking to make sure.
Okay.
I am
four
following.
shadowy
Sorry.
alcoves in the wall, each an arch formed of skulls and thigh bones stacked one atop the other.
Oh.
Then we continue. Hang on a second. Okay, the tunnel has collapsed here, filling the area with earth and rocks. A faint and eerie whistling sound seems to emanate from the wall of the earth. However, it would seem that something has pulled stuff back towards the side.
So they've dug their way out.
Possibly.
So it is actually collapsed in.
Mm-hmm. And you can see some light coming in from that side.
Oh, do I regret doing this? Okay, I start heaving stuff aside and digging.
You should be able to crawl through it.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Before you do,
Mm-hmm.
I go up to the hole and shine my stone through it to see if I can see a bit deeper.
Rightio, what you see. Let me have a look. Blah blah blah. Basically, there is a short tunnel continuing, and there's some stairs leading up, and you can see light coming in from the top of that.
Oh.
Okay.
Let's go.
Is it like sunlight or is it?
It seems to be sunlight.
Fuck.
The town's getting slaughtered right now.
No, in daylight. I just okay. I'm gonna squeeze my way through, and sort of and take a look at the ground here, and hopefully see if I can't see tracks.
Make your roll.
Actually, I could. Oh.
Yes.
Sorry, team. I was AFK for a bit.
Yes, okay. There doesn't seem to be any tracks, discernible tracks. There's lots of disturbance, but no identifiable tracks.
Okay. What about myself? Can I notice any track? Or is it the same as him?
It's
Well,
when
you
you
have to get
through.
to that side.
Yeah. You'll have to crawl through. So.
There's. Can I? Okay, so on the side that I'm on now, can I see if any tracks other than Orca have gone through?
No, you're not aware of anything else.
So it happened the day that we left. Mother funster. Okay, if I ascend the stairs, like I'm assuming everybody's coming through.
Don't know.
Okay, I say wait. Okay, I follow.
There's nothing there.
Okay, I say I follow through. Let me get my character, and I say to Orca to get behind me. There's kind of a plan. And I ask.
I'm somewhat apprehensive to put the wizard at the front, but okay.
I know. Okay, and I use a hit point to cast detect magic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and see if I can detect magic coming from the location of where the stairs are, heading up.
No.
Okay, it's cursed. Let's go.
There's no detect magic.
Once the dwarf is through, by the way.
Waiting for Calvin. She might be enjoying the darkness. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry, just to quickly, because obviously I was AFK. There was nothing on the coffins or anything.
Apart from the buyers, apart from what you'd expect on a buyer, which is basically a platform,
a big stone slab,
and a stone slab,
and usually
and
like some kind of sheet covering. Whoopee!
What if the sarcophagus wasn't a trap and it was another entranceway?
Who knows? You have to find out.
There are definitely more tunnels in this thing. Like we're only in sort of
missed most of that, Georgia. Sorry.
She's talking about this other room.
Yeah, like there's all these places that could, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm happy to finish clearing it out, but I am worried that she's managed to gap it.
What? Okay, what if we went back to the sarcophagus and took a look?
You're more than welcome.
Okay, let's do it.
Is Muffin with us?
No.
But it's just in case we need a, you know, emergency exit.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Can we open this one up just a little bit more so that we can fit through faster, or is it still a tight squeeze?
No, you can do that. You just need to spend like half an hour to an hour working.
Yeah, okay.
If
there's light on this side,
quick, but yeah.
Yeah,
But you'll
that's
get
fine.
through. Like your backpacks won't get caught up with anything or anything like that.
Yeah, exactly. As long as
They
we
do
can
with
make it
the other
through
one.
quick. But hey, at least we know something. We've got a second escape route. Okay. The problem is we've got a second exit point if we need to seal this fucker.
Fine.
Okay, so everyone coming back in.
Sarcophagus.
Yeah, we're heading for the Sarco. Does anyone have the ability to dwarf? You're our trap queen, aren't you?
I grab myself.
Hold on. I think as in Whitebox, I do get the Alvin ability for traps on a 1 to 4, I think.
That's
you
dwarf.
sure it's traps or doors? Say secret doors.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the dwarf is.
No. I do have the find trap ability.
I think we've all got the ability to find traps on something or other, but a failed result generally sets them off.
I'll just Google. Oh, you would know, Steve?
I'm already looking. Right, the elf.
So the dwarf has... Okay, dwarves are good at spotting traps, slanting passages, and construction while underground.
Yeah,
1 in 6
the
on
elf
a
is
d6
dwarves.
when searching, 1 to 2 if they're just passing by.
Right, so
that's the dwarf. The
dwarf,
elf.
do you want to have a look around the Sarco and see if there's anything?
Sorry,
you can spot?
here we go. The elf. Sorry, I missed it.
Yeah,
the
elf is all
good at
about
spotting
doors.
hidden or concealed doors. 1 in 4 when they're searching, or 1 in 2 if they're just passing by. Don't forget also you get an extra +1 to hit, also damage when fighting goblins, orcs, intelligent undead, and like but you got to state what it's going to be, and then it stays that way. Whether it's a hit or a damage. Anyway, okay, dwarf, what you're taking a look, are you?
Yeah, I'm purposefully looking, searching for traps, slanting passages, and construction.
Wow.
Right. Okay.
So
when we talk traps, we're talking about big construction traps. Just so you're aware, we're not talking about little needles that can puff out or anything like that. So it has to be a fairly significant trap.
So the obvious ones are: have we got, I don't know, holes in the floor, holes in the roof? Have we got?
So no, there's no obvious holes in the floor. There's no obvious holes in the roof or the walls around you. Dwarf, what you can tell is that the sarcophagus was built, not built out of the stone on the floor. It was actually created and then moved here. The sarcophagus does have a large, heavy lid placed on it. It would probably take you and somebody else to actually move it. It is thick. We're talking like 8 inches thick, which is kind of a little bit, whether the person was kind of arrogant or they thought they deserved something. Usually like 4 inches is enough, but like 8 inches it's really thick.
This person's a real dick.
Let's prep our oil. I don't know. Actually, it won't make a difference. Let's just.
So on the outside, you feel that there's no obvious straps to you anyway, and there's no pits, there's no stakes, there's no moving walls or moving stone as far as you can tell. Apart from, and like you can just softly edge. You do know that
8
that
inches
top
thick. Is there a way to run a rope around it and then we can just pull it off?
Probably won't have the leverage.
Okay.
Orca, do you mind coming with me back to the stone part, back to like say here, and can I see if there are any secret doors?
You can if you wish to, but Orca's busy around there at the moment. But yeah, it's up to you.
Well, I can. how far can I move? Oh Jesus Christ! I'd have to move quite way down to.
Okay, or can someone come with me? And I'll check for secret doors.
Well, it's got to either be Augustine or Orca because you've got the light.
I was about to say.
Okay. Come with me, Augustine. We're not opening them.
We move as a team. Like in this place, we don't know where five corpses have gone.
I'm not going to open the doors. I'm just seeing if there are any secret doors.
Correction, sorry. We don't know where 9 corpses have gone.
Yep.
Okay. So I move with Augustine down to the rocks and back, and I come back with just to see if there are any secret doors.
Okay, so you're just walking past in the hope that you might pass one.
No, I'm actively seeking them out.
Actively searching takes 10 minutes per 2 of these squares, basically.
So you would get.
So you'd be spending like an hour. Just
would take 10 minutes to get that done.
Oh crap!
Yeah, it's a lengthy time frame.
But just walking past, you've got half the chance.
Okay, I'll give it a go.
Okay. You find no hidden doors or secret doors.
Okay.
Especially considering you were right at the other end, but anyway.
Get the sarcophagus and let's examine this room. Yeah. Alright.
Does the lid look like it's been removed in the last couple of days?
Doesn't look like it's been moved.
Okay.
Alright, let's put it this way. If that's been taken off, putting it back on would take a whole lot more effort.
Well, I've got like 20 zombies.
Okay, let's lift it. Let's go.
Well, as I said, it's probably going to take your 2 strongest people to slide it off. And you don't want to be on the side they're sliding to, because if it falls, it's going to destroy your feet.
Side.
Alright.
Can we twist it instead of sliding it the whole way off?
I was about to say.
You can try.
You know?
Okay, so I'm going to need... So who's got, out of you 2, who's got the greatest strength?
Me at 18.
Okay, so first of all, can I have a support roll, please, Calvin? Roll your strength your strength or less on a d20 to give a bonus to Orca.
I'm holding my holy symbol.
Yep. Okay, that's cool. So Orca, you got a +1 to your roll. So in favour of.
Under by 6.
Okay. Rightio. And just give me a second. Oh, put it down. There it is.
I am doing one last thing before we leave. Well, leave this place.
Yep. Well, you'll be doing 2 things, but yep.
Oh God.
Well, no, I'm going to, and I think I'm going to leave those bracelets and that sword behind. They're not magical, and it's not worth the chance that she can trace her treasure.
Rightio.
You can set up a trap.
Well, no, I'm just going to leave them in the sarcophagus and then close it again. If she wants them back, she can move it her bloody self.
Okay.
But yeah, it was pretty clear that those armbands never came out here.
Yep. Kelvin, can you give me another d6 roll, please?
Kelvin.
Excellent. Okay, you shout out. All of a sudden you realise once the sarcophagi, that the lid starts opening, it is actually a trap.
Yeah.
But it was activated on the inside, so you obviously couldn't see it. So, giving the alert, everyone gets a saving throw.
13, which is 1 more than my save numbers, or 2 less than my dex, depending on what you want.
Save numbers. You need to just save numbers.
Yep. I saved.
Mine's under.
Yours is bang on, Richard.
You need to be over.
Yeah, you need
over!
This is a high one.
Savings are over.
Yeah. Your saving throw number, if you wanted it, by the way, Malefica, is
14.
Yeah. Where is the saving throw chart? Just so I can.
Right near the end of the player section.
Right before spells. Something. Save.
Okay,
save,
so
save.
Richard, was that your saving throw?
I've just got to check because I
13.
forgot. It's fine for the for the fighters, but 13 I think was what it was for clerics too.
Okay, suddenly 8 spears come out of the ceiling. So the damage I do, so The damage is going to be all damage to Malefica, and half damage to if Richard saved everyone else.
Loyalty saving throws. There we go. Right, so cleric of level 2.
So my phone's ringing.
I hate to say it, buddy. Your saving throw is a 14.
Okay, so full damage to the cleric and the magic user. Okay. So, Orca, you take half this damage. So 5. Calvin, you take half the damage, so that's 4. Augustine, you take all of this damage. 10.
I'm down.
What 2?
0.
Okay, you're okay. You're just safe.
That's semi-conscious.
Yeah.
I'm dead.
And here's the bad stuff. And Malefica,
6.
you are
He's
so
1.
lucky. You take all that damage. So,
Right. By the way, team, the next time I say something is trapped.
Okay, so I'm on 0 right now because I used my 1 hit point.
yes.
Oh, yes, you are too. Shit. Okay. Suggest we bandage the or we use bandages on
You've
everyone.
got 2 lots of bandages or only.
Okay. Well, let's go with the cleric and with the magic user.
I'll go to heal myself.
Well, no.
You don't really want to do that.
Bandage you. After we bandage you.
Yeah.
Any spell use or combat or rigorous activity reduces you by another hit point, which puts you into unconsciousness. You want to do the bandaging first.
Bandage first. Right. D4.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were probably.
It
One
puts
is
you
okay.
into proper thing, and 1 for the magic user, from the magic user. 2. Okay, right. Now, utilize those 2 heal spells, or the if
I've
you
only got 1 heal spell.
you only got 1 heal spell.
And I'm going to use it on myself for the long.
Right. Okay.
Would your goddess support you healing yourself before you healed a teammate?
Of course you would.
Yes.
True.
In this instance, let's put it this way: our healer is more than our magic user at the moment.
But that's okay. You've got 1 hit point to use a spell if you really need to use it.
If it's
Two
really
spell
desperate.
casts that you haven't done yet. So
Yeah.
they'll just have to keep you completely encircled and safe.
Right. Exactly. We've just got to keep you at the back of the party. Right. Was there anything in the sarcophagus after all of that spear nonsense?
There was.
Okay. What's in there?
Right at the bottom, there's 10 pieces of old coin. Odd colour. Sort of a dull grey.
Oh god. Okay. Right.
That
I
could
have
just be
2 hit-
age. They might need to be buffed up. Who knows?
Okay, group. I've
Stop.
got. Yeah, I was about to say I've got two options here. Are we going to turn grave robber, or are we going to?
Stop. Okay. If I do this, can you guys get me out safely?
Do what?
Right. If there are gold coins hidden at the bottom of a sarcophagus, obviously, me being the magic user, right, I'm going to use another hit point.
No, don't bother. It's just coins.
But it might not be, right? It's just the tomb, and it was just the bracelet. Can you please pass me the one?
Up to you. What do you want to do?
So far, this bitch has been pretty broke.
I feel like for coins at the bottom of a trap, it's going to be another trap.
You know what? I'm starting to think we cut our losses now and run.
What do you want to do, Malefica?
We almost have to.
You know what? I'm actually going to bow this one to Malefica and just say, look, this has been an absolute waste of our time.
Malefica's a very curious cat, okay?
Right.
I use 1 hit point.
Curiosity killed the cat. Satisfaction brought it back.
I am away.
I have faith, okay? I have faith in my mantra.
Okay.
What are you doing, Malefica?
Can everyone stop talking?
Yeah.
I use 1 hit point to cast Detect Magic on the coins.
There is a magic on the coins.
Yeah. It's an illusion. They're not actually there.
You can disbelieve, make a saving throw.
Wait, can I tell what sort of magic, or do I just know the
No,
magic?
you just know that there's magic presence, and they're still there, Orca.
Okay. Right. So the question is knowing that they're magic, do we turn Grave Robber and take them?
No.
I can still use read magic. Is it a thing? Can I do that?
It's not a magical script that you're reading. That's the thing. So, the concept of read magic is: imagine somebody has written something in
a language I can't read.
A magical code. No, not a language. In a magical code. All it does is decipher that code for you.
Oh, I just really want to pick up a coin.
It could be written in a language you understand completely.
Yep.
But it's in a magic code.
Wait, what were we gonna say, Steve?
So you've got 10 dull grey at the moment coins sitting in the bottom of the sarcophagi. Each one of them is radiating a magical aura. What does the group wish to do?
Right.
I want to take them.
My opinion of this is that I'm pretty much ready to throw the sword, the 2 bangles, back in that sarcophagus, seal the whole thing up, and get the fuck out of town.
I think what we should do is put the bangle thing in the sarcophagus, close the lid, and then, push those stones back up, and as we leave, push the,
we basically seal both exits and fucking, thing.
Don't even go to town, just leave.
Can they clear it? Can they clear it? Oh no, only magic users can do it. I was just gonna say sacrifice a hit point.
No, because otherwise what they'd do is they'd basically heal themselves.
Yeah.
And sacrifice a hit point to cast healing.
Hell yeah.
Okay, right. I'm obviously very much a curious person. I think I've been playing the curious or wary. And I'm really interested in the coin.
Mm-hmm.
Right, because the bracelets and the sword did not radiate anything magical.
Nothing magic about them.
Yeah,
I think this is just a theory that the coins could actually be a key to killing them, to be honest.
Wait, say that again?
I think the coins could be a key to killing these.
You reckon that there's some kind of magic coin that you can put on them to basically pay a ferryman to take their soul?
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Left of their soul.
Okay. So based on the fact that there was no magic radiating from the coins or the sword, right? I'm going to the bracelet or the sword.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume it was a curse. Based on
the curse would still be magical. I think that they're just standard treasure.
But then why would they be radiating any magic if they were standard treasure?
No. The coin.
Hold on. What did the curse say? Hold on. The curse said. Sorry, give me a second. I've written this.
Don't plunder or piss her off.
No, there were specific words. There was a specific wording.
Yeah, rule number 1 was basically don't take her shit, and rule number 2 was don't piss her off.
Don't plunder or disturb the crypt.
Yeah.
Well, we've already done both of those things.
Exactly.
You know what? If I'm gonna die gracefully.
My worry is that you're gonna die taking us with.
I pick up.
Oh God!
I pick up a coin with the intent of looking at it and not necessarily plunging at this point in time. So I pick up a coin.
Could you maybe pick it up using your jacket or something?
Doesn't have a jacket, but okay, you pick up a coin. What do you do with it?
I look at it over in my hands. To see if I recognize where the coin may have came from, how old the coin is, if I polished it, I guess what.
Rightio. So you don't recognize this coin. It's an odd shape, roughly circular but more squared off edges. Not squared off like a square, but like hexagon sort of thing.
Yeah.
20 sides.
Basically, they tried to create a circle, but they basically had to put hammer marks in it.
Yeah, it's some sort of figures. You can't quite work out exactly what it is. It is a bit worn, But as you polish it off, the dullness goes away and it comes up a really bright sort of scintillating blue colour.
Glowing blue coin. Interesting.
Okay, I asked the cleric if he knows what this is.
Be more entitled to ask the dwarf if she knows what the mineral is.
Actually, good point. I ask everyone if they know what it is.
Okay, so everyone can make an intelligence roll. Under
Wow.
intelligence.
Okay.
Good work, Orca.
I am under as well.
Mm-hmm.
Am I
Oh,
Kelvin?
Okay.
Roll from Kelvin. Okay, Keldon, sorry, I keep on saying Kelvin. Keldon.
I'm under my intelligence.
Yeah, the others, I think it possibly could be electrum, which is the element between silver and gold in worth. But on closer inspection, no, this is actually adamantium.
Right.
So very
I don't
rare.
know. I don't know.
A natural one.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It means that it's ridiculously hard meteorite shit.
And therefore very good to
Very,
make magic.
very valuable
from.
and very good for making magic from. How large are these coins?
They are roughly the size of the bottom of an average coffee mug.
Right, so they're large.
Could I
There's
take
10 of
these
them.
coins?
Yep.
of course again.
So if we found someone that could actually
Capital City Blacksmith.
melt these down, because I know that adamantium thing, we could probably turn it into what, a knife?
You could put it into a brass knuckles, a small knife, arrowheads, bolt heads.
Is adamantium good against the undead?
Buttons, buckles.
No.
Adamantium, sorry.
Adamantium is
Will it benefit us if we use that against what we're facing?
to be honest, it would be best if we could turn it into armor, but yeah, let's put it this way: it would be an edge that never dulled. It would be that sharp.
And as I said, it has a natural bent towards being, for the want of a better description, magicized. So it's easier to put an enchantment on it. So you could make, if you had the right spells and the right equipment, someone could easily make this into a brace of defense. A couple of these coins.
I pick up the rest of the coins.
Okay.
Okay, we go full Tomb Raider.
I'm not raiding tombs. I'm just saying
It's a
no one
tomb.
here that can use them.
We're liberating the tools of evil.
However, right? Let me check one thing. How much have I got? Okay. In its place, I leave. I'm taking 10 adamantium. Okay, I leave 10 gold pieces.
Oh, okay. Whatever.
Well,
That's an insult. You could leave all of your combined gear, including the halflings' magical
And you wouldn't count to the worth that. Yeah, exactly.
Actually, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah,
No, what I wrote down on the paper,
Hmm.
I leave in the tomb in place of the pieces.
Okay, what did you write down on the paper?
I wrote the
the
symbols.
symbols.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I owe you, wench.
No, that's cool.
Okay, right.
I don't know if I want to do it.
Up to
No,
you.
I feel like I have to leave something behind, and I know that what I'm taking is not the worth that I can give. So I will leave the secret in the crypt.
Okay.
The worst thing is do you know what we've unleashed?
No, but I got these things. So,
And,
oh well.
Yeah, you've got them, but doing something with them and that, and remember, it's still party treasure. So
No, it's not. It's mine.
I'm not quite
I'm
sure
kidding.
how to work it out.
right,
Me too,
note to self that mage is on how many hit points? 0.
Hold on. Okay, like, how does this work, right? If I'm leaving something that's worth a lot, obviously to me, it's worth a lot.
So,
how does this
agreement of coming into this was what?
Okay.
Share equally in the danger and equally in the reward?
Exactly.
Was that the initial agreement?
And right now you're after about one backhand slap away from unconsciousness.
Okay, then I pick up
Yeah.
all 10 pieces,
Mm-hmm.
and I give 2 to each person, which would give
yourself.
You've still got 4.
No, because I'm still. How many? But there's only Muffin A. Muffin's the other one.
Yep.
Yep. So every person gets 2 because there's 5 of us.
Yep.
But I leave.
What I think we need to look at is when we can actually do something with these, how much it's going to cost us to do the best thing, which...
Yep, but I say to the group...
politely say is probably going to be, if we can get them for you, and get them enchanted, would be braces of defense, which might take up, 4 or 5 of them.
But like I said,
just because you were risking enough to pick it up out of a chest.
No, it's not that. I'm not going off the risk. I'm going for me as a magic user, I guess. What I'm leaving behind to me is worth a lot. I don't know how much it's worth in gold.
That's your call.
Yeah. But I'm saying this to the group.
Yep.
I make another point. If you kept your little bit of paper as well, you might be able to find a sage that's willing to, in exchange for that bit of paper, do the enchanting of the adamantine braces for you.
Okay, I look at the cleric, right, because he's the one. Should I leave something behind as like a swap?
Robbing tombs brings death.
Okay, I look at Augustine and I say, we essentially let the cat out of the bag. The bitch is gone. We've unleashed that evil on the world. We can't fuck it up that much more.
My concern is it doesn't really matter what you leave behind because we've already broken both of her rules.
Yeah, she is either going to be after us, or we're going to have a problem with constantly needing to try and deal with her.
I think.
I think it should be swapped up for something. I don't think we should just take it.
That's up to you, but like I say,
What do you think, cleric?
It's your call. I don't think we should take anything because I'm, a cleric.
So if you don't think we should take anything, are you saying that you don't want either? You don't want your 2 pieces?
No, you can keep it. It's evil.
Okay, thanks. I'm so conflicted.
I just want to put it to the best use of the party, but
no, I don't know.
I think
Georgia and Orca, do you think we should leave something behind?
No. Like I say, at this juncture, I was tempted to throw everything into the sarcophagus and think, but the thing is that she's gapped it on us. Alright, she has left the building. So we need to basically now, I hate to say it because you were right, Quellport's our best port of call now. At high speed. As quick as we can fucking ambiate. Because we need to find out more about those symbols.
Hold on. Actually, I have a question.
This bitch.
I have a question, cleric. If I'm grave robbing from an undead
an undead god
thing, we don't know she's a god.
Well,
is it bad?
Said she wanted to turn herself into one of
Is it bad for me to take the grave rob, I guess, from an undead?
For your own gain, yes.
You know what? Screw it. I think the best thing is I'm going to take the 10 gold pieces, share them out. I'm going to keep the clerics, and I'm not going to leave anything behind because they're dead already. They can't use it. Screw it.
Right.
So
the one medal I'd really like to get my hands on in terms of doing anything would be an Ori Helcom shield.
Sorry, that was obviously a very difficult decision, but you know.
Right. Okay. Let's clog up.
And then I back the fuck out of this
as we can. And then we'll take one cursory glance at this room here as we come around. So if we
also before we go,
that,
I think Yorin, is that a thing? Can I think Yorin without being a cleric?
Yaria,
that's one.
Of course you can.
Yeah.
I thank Yaria for her blessings.
Quick look here.
Say my 12 lines, and I have so much to learn about what I'm playing.
Well, that's okay. Just remember, follow your alignment if you can, because that.
I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah. And that's all about interpretation. Sorry. So this room is that room. So description. Okay. The walls in this room are wrapped in rotten blue silk draperies, some of which have fallen from their hooks and now lie piled upon the floor, revealing bare marble walls. So this is different to the other one. What appears to be a large circular copper-lined pit, perhaps a foot deep, takes up the centre of this chamber like a massive bowl. Fine powdery grey dust, or maybe ash, half fills it, and a thin coating of the stuff seems to be lying upon everything else in here as well. Statues, some of them whole, some of them crumbled and broken, stand in recessed niches along the walls. Another large recess in the eastern wall contains a waist-high block of marble draped in more rotting silk, behind which two statues, with many faces locked in a titanic struggle. A small niche at the southern end of the western wall holds what appears to be a pitted and blackened censer.
Right, so the section that you were talking about that's got that stone block, and it's this one just off the side here, is it, Steve?
Censer. Oh God.
Yeah, it's just not.
Yeah.
I saw that piece of wall was missing, so I was like, oh, in the eastern wall, so that's that. Okay, dwarf, have a quick look at that and tell us what you think it is. Cleric, are these the same statuary sort of gods as the ones in the other room? I'm going to have a quick poke and fondle through the ash pit and see if anything turns up as I move stuff around without kicking.
You're going to go into the ash pit?
No, I'm going to stand at the edge of it with my club and just sort of move stuff around and try and not, sneeze and pick up a huge ash storm.
So
I've just had it.
From the cleric, can I get a d20 roll, please, under your wisdom?
Just the one?
For the now.
It is under.
Okay, well, you can tell that of the statues that are a bit more clearly left, that haven't crumbled, these are lords of law and chaos. And there's a couple others. There's a Lord of Valor and a Lord of Terror. They all seem to be in little battles. There's a Lords of Battle, Lord of Shield, Lords of Creation. And again, they're all depicted in a much more primitive style than you're used to.
What if? Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna try something. Obviously risky. I have 1 HP left, but we'll see how this goes.
No, you used it.
No, I didn't. I had 2 HP. I'm on my last hit point.
Which would be stupid because you do anything else, including walking, you'll fall unconscious.
Yeah.
Okay, I look at the cleric and I say to him, "Can you please place all of the coins, 1 coin in front of each statue?" There's 10 statues and 10 coins. What if they were put in a sarcophagus, right, to create something that shouldn't have happened? What if replacing them, worst comes to worst, we can...
counting 8. The other 2 things are a brazier and...
Oh, that's right.
A stone block, unless you want to put them all on the stone block or censer. So that's an incense censer.
That's a what?
A censer.
A large incense censer.
What?
It's a bowl with holes in it for letting incense out.
Okay, well, I thought there were 10. I had a really good idea. Okay.
Yeah, no, okay. There's eight statues. The other one is this here. Is that?
But
that
there are 10 niches.
Yeah, there are 10 niches, but there's.
Okay, I asked the cleric. I asked the cleric to place 1 coin at each niche. No, I lie. I asked him to place 8 coins in front of the gods and place 1 coin in each pit.
I reluctantly agree.
Why have the cleric do it? He's got like no hit points, so if anything
I'm not
happens...
7.
You healed yourself,
Yeah. And the only other person that could possibly do this is the cleric. And I could be wrong, right? And we wouldn't be able to get them out of the pools, but we may be able to... That's how I can put it. That's what I would like to do.
Well, if he wants to do it. I found nothing sifting through the ashes of this.
No, you got a lot of ash all over you.
Over my club, you mean? Like I say, I'm just using that to...
What do you think, cleric? What if all this started because originally she was wronged? What if she was wronged?
I think she was trying to become an evil god, but...
Yeah, okay, but what if she was wronged? What if these things, these coins, were taken and placed and she could no longer rest? What if where they were placed broke her rest?
As you place them, cleric, are you doing anything, or are you just moving around and placing them, and where are you placing them?
I'll place them at the in front of each niche, and I'll just be just saying a slight prayer to Yaria.
The statues don't have outstretched hands or anything like that?
Or eyes?
No, they're either broken or they are like that. If you've seen that woman figurine, it's all sort of one shape with lines.
Are they on daises or?
No, just on the floor of the niche.
Also, Steve, I'm getting very excited, so I hope this is not anticlimactic.
Who knows? One goes in the ash pit and one goes in the font, which disappears into the water. Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Or were you thinking, like, putting one in each?
Can you give me a D20 roll, please, Augustine?
Oh, God.
Either we're all dead or not. But
well, you're not dead. But
we'll see what happens. I'm rolling a cigarette.
Happens. Nothing obvious happens anyway.
Okay.
Is
that anticlimactic for you?
No, because he said nothing obvious happens.
Which means something happened, right?
Possibly.
Okay.
Or it could just be that nothing obviously happens.
Nothing obvious happened.
But it's how you want to take it is entirely up to you. So.
Right. Like I say, I hate to say it, guys. I think that it is about time we packed up, pissed off at a high rate of knots to Quellport, and got ourselves more information on this Hathor Vash bitch. Because we literally, like I say, just let the cat out of the bag.
Yeah.
So are we down to 9 coins then?
No, we have no coins. The coins were placed in front of the 8 statues, and one was thrown into each pit.
Well, they can be retrieved.
Yeah, what if we waited a day and came back?
What part of Ambiate it out?
If you are participating in some sort of ritual, you don't, you leave what you give as part of the ritual material.
Hold on.
Take it back.
Yeah.
Cleric, what if this was a ritual?
Well, he's done some sort of... If it has been, he's sort of done.
What if you've started... Hold on, what was the next part of the ritual? Is it a thing? Let's find out.
No idea.
Okay,
give me a
hold on.
D20 roll, please, cleric.
One more?
Please do well, 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 please do well.
So, bag.
You really sort of don't know what sort of this room was about. It's yeah.
Big pit like this.
They burned someone.
No.
But there is one thing, cleric.
This is a giant friggin'
start to feel hungry and thirsty.
Wait, say that again.
The cleric's starting to feel hungry and thirsty. You start to really need to eat and drink, cleric.
Can I do those things? I can do those things.
Of course you can unpack your food from you, but you're not just eating to fill yourself. You continue to eat until you've eaten up all your food and drunk all your water.
Ah, crap!
But you're still hungry and you're still thirsty. You need more.
Right.
Oh crap!
We need to leave.
No, you need to eat and drink.
Yeah.
He needs food, guys, and he needs water.
Can he drink from the purified pool?
He needs food too. Who's got food?
I've got
food. Give him what we've got.
I've got.
Okay, he gets roughly halfway through the food and all the water, and it's sort of, you sate yourself a bit. You're still, yeah, you're intensely full, and it's really sort of moved, but you don't have that deep craving anymore.
Yeah.
Oh crap! What have I done?
So,
hold on, the rich.
What are you guys doing? And the I don't know. Were you trying to work out what the room does too, Malefica?
Oh, I reckon it's a giant hot box.
Which room?
The room that you're in.
No. My intention was to the whole thing, not the room.
No. Check it out. It's like a giant hot box, isn't it? You've got some kind of altar that you probably pray at. You throw all your weed in the middle.
No, that's an incense box, and that's an oil.
Yeah. So if that's a censer, that's for fucking letting out incense. This is where you set up all your smoke. You hotbox the room and, get high. That'd be my guess. So you go from being purified to meditating and getting high nigger, and then
Oh, I see what you come.
As they're talking, you start to get thirsty again. You're gonna need some water very soon, cleric.
Can we at least find some, or can you think of some way to break this ritual? By the way,
hold on, cleric, can you leave the room?
What?
Just kicking me out there.
Well, go to the next room and drink.
What if cleric try and leave the room?
You're needing water now. You need water. You're not thinking about anything else. You need to drink.
I'll drink from the pool.
Okay, you push your head under and you drink. It doesn't taste that nice, but it doesn't taste awful. You drink until you've had your full. You have a distended belly now, and it's really hard to move, but you feel sated.
So break the goddamn ritual somehow. So do we pick up the bloody coins?
Someone pick up the coin. I can't.
Yeah, I'll pick up the coins.
Yeah, I'll pick up the coins in this room.
Can't break the damn ritual and see if we can't stop whatever. But what else is? Yeah, so I'll pick up the 5 coins that are in this room. Right.
And you pick up the other 4, cleric, because you can't get to the one in the font.
Yeah, because it's.
But I drink my way to it.
You'd be dead if you drank all that water.
I might be dead anyway.
What would happen if we finished the ritual?
Well, then he'd be on his path to becoming an
demigod.
Right.
Okay, let's get the fuck out of here.
Okay, so we piled all that back up. We're now going to blow up this one. So everyone out.
Mm-hmm. You might want to run, Malefica. They're about to blow the front.
Okay. Before we leave, right? Mm-hmm. I call softly down the hallway, and I'll be the last one. And when I walk to here, you can blow it up.
Well, I'm gonna set my little thing halfway down here.
And I say,
run a small line of oil out, like I pack it in with dirt behind it, so that it is indeed packed in.
And I say, I'm sorry.
And I flick at the bird and give it the blessings of pirate, and light the torch and run like hell.
Which the cleric is not going to do very well. He sort of wobbles.
He's
from
rolling.
side to side.
Yeah, we're waddle him out.
Give me a d20 roll, please.
Who? Everyone?
No. Walker. You hear a sort of a dull.
Oh.
little bit of dust sort of comes out from the entrance, but not as much as you expected.
Okay, so we'll have a look. We won't actually climb in there in case something is
You've loosened some, but nah, not caved in.
Fuck. Right, so...
Can we try again?
Have you got any more oil? I used the 2 flasks that I had ready for it, so...
Mm-hmm. And 1 more won't be enough.
Yeah. Right.
And you've only got 1 more.
Right, okay, find the biggest frickin' rocks, boulders, whatever I can, and just move them in front.
Mm-hmm.
Shovel some more dirt in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
Head back to town. Okay, we didn't find the body of the child. There you go, Malefica, you don't have to tell her parents anything.
So they want to know what happened.
Well,
the whole town.
Yeah, so, we came, we destroyed some skeletons.
Oh god, no!
Yeah, we destroyed some skeletons.
Mm-hmm.
Just say it a little bit more like, in our favor.
Yeah, we destroyed some skeletons. We've cleansed the place as best we can.
And we haven't seen anything since.
Yeah, and we haven't seen anything since.
So where's our daughter?
We don't know. We did not find the body of her in there.
Oh god.
We knew that she was in there, but...
So she's out somewhere.
She's out somewhere. So...
And the evil trouble is over? The elder asks.
Well, no one else
as far as we know, and I look at Orca and I'm like, honestly,
you've been 3 days without being murdered, so.
Right.
And I look at the families and I say, look, as far as we know, nothing has happened. I'm so sorry that we cannot bring you back the body of your daughter.
Why do you keep on saying the body?
Because
well, we can't find hide nor hair of her, so either that or she got out and she hasn't come home.
Yeah, what he said.
So they implore you to find their daughter.
They'll
sell several of their livestock to raise money to pay you.
I'm sorry, and I sit forward and I say, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I couldn't tell you.
Couldn't tell us what? What aren't you telling us?
The reason we didn't bring your body back and we kept it in the cabin is because
time her mother falls down and cries. And the father says, what are you trying to tell us?
Your daughter was possessed and attacked us. She was possessed by a demon, and she was the one doing the killings.
Keep going, demigod.
And the body was too battered and bruised to bring back, and I didn't feel that you should have to suffer through the pain of seeing your daughter like that. And I would have rather that you just, I don't know, someone help me. Cleric, where's the cleric?
No, you've done enough.
Yeah, we're run out of town now.
One moment, please.
You've given her the image of us actually beating on her.
Not quite.
The family is distraught, but the elder is, he understands the quandary you're in. He thanks you for the hard choices you had to make, and he says, we, as a village, we can't do much, but if you ever return, at least in my house, you have a place to stay. He gathers 2 men around you and says that they will, if you need to, they will help you and escort you safely back to the road.
Once we get our horses, we will and yeah.
Now, I give the town elder all my gold and say give it to the family.
Do you know what? We could have skipped all that drama if you'd have just listened to me.
Yeah. Notice when we went past the sarcophagus, I said that, after we've let the cat out of the bag, our problem is that, yes, you were right, we should have just gone. The downside is now we know that we've got to go, and the even worse part, you've said that we killed her, and that we left the body down there. What happens if she comes back and the murders start up again?
Well, bear in mind, I still have the bracelet.
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. And sorry, what were you saying, Richard?
I tell the town elder to give the family all my gold, and I apologise.
Okay.
I
Well,
don't want to confront the family directly because I don't want to
Yeah. No.
give
Well,
them any more pain.
you're a priest, and they appreciate your attempts. Yeah.
Right.
Most of the township aren't having any ill will towards you guys. It's just that one
because
family.
we've at least stopped the killing.
Yeah.
Well, for now.
We think.
Yeah, but this one, which is why I suggest now is our chance to get our asses to Quellport and possibly do some research on, Hathorvash.
But what if I just left a bracelet behind as a present?
With them?
I think we should keep them with us.
I think we should keep them with us in the hopes that we can also possibly use them as a way to track her. I mean, admittedly, she's going to use them as a way to track us. But, better that she be pissed off at us and not come back to the village, than anything.
Okay, we'll go back to the main map. Basically...
it's about 3 days to Asatar. It's about another 4 days.
No, we're going to Quellport.
Yeah,
you've got to go past Asatar.
Yeah, we've got to go past Asatar, so it's about 2.5, 3 days to Asatar.
Just getting it close enough so
How do I feel?
Yeah.
Sorry?
Do I feel fine now? Was it just in the chamber?
No, you... Food and drinking is always at the back of your mind for some reason right now.
Well, just like real life.
Yeah. Yeah, so 22 miles to get to Asatar, then you've got 7, I'm gonna say 30 miles. So that's 3 days to get home, which I'll do the rolling for, and we'll probably have to leave it there. So you're in some safe place. Safe place means you can acquire XP.
Okay.
That's providing you make the trip home. Are you going under the same night duties?
Yep. Oh, hang on.
Oh, one moment, please. Yes, what?
Fuck, I was about to say, no, we changed this up so we've always got 2 people on, so it's 2 half-night shifts if we can. Which means that we've got to stop to camp a couple of hours early so that the magic users can sleep an extra 2 at one end.
Right.
Fuck, because we don't want the possibility of one of us being possessed while we're on watch. If she comes for us.
Okay, sorry, I'm just rolling up my...
So it'll be 1 fighter, 1 spellcaster on each shift.
Hold on, if she was going to track us, couldn't we bury the bracelets somewhere?
Yeah, but then if we need them to try and track her...
We can always get them back.
Yeah, well, we'll have an idea of where we buried them, but...
Okay. What have we got here?
I almost wanted to melt them down, turn them into silver spikes and stake her with them when we finally find it.
Yeah, but what happens when you melt down magic?
They're not magic.
There's magic from them.
No, the coins maybe, not the bracelets.
True that.
The bracelets and the sword, remember, were nothing. You detected nothing. They're just ornamental jewellery.
Okay, guys. This is going to
But
be
she
rather
has literally escaped with 7 skeletons, the girl and her. Mother funster. That's if she's ambiating and it's not just the girl dragging her.
So, okay, can you give me a D and a surprise roll, please?
Mother.
How the hell did that happen? I don't know, but that means...
that they are right on top of us when...
Who's Orca with?
14 feet away from you when... I do not know. They must have been hiding behind big huge rocks or something. But all of a sudden 2 hill giants jump out at you. And that's where we're going to stop it for the night.
Good against giants.